Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing Gears of War Judgment, and this is my 3 stars declassified insane difficulty guide and walkthrough. We're currently on Act 3-2. It is entitled Magada Villa. So on this mission, enemies are going to be throwing smoke grenades. So it's a fairly short stage that you're going through, but since there is a lot of smoke, it's very difficult to deal with the whole situation. There's a torque right over here, so I would definitely pick that up. It's a full torque. And the thing about this, too, is that... also, I wanted to mention that drones will come out at the beginning over here, so if you want to set up a grenade to greet them, wouldn't be a bad idea. Or just wait until they get clustered up, kill everybody that way. But the real problem about this is, obviously it's the smoke, but there's other problems within that issue. Namely, your gun reticle is not going to turn red to give you an indication of where an enemy is, unless you're very close to that enemy to begin with. This was kind of funny. He wasn't doing anything. So the reticle doesn't go red. You also can't spot enemies if they're too far away, if they're buried in the smoke. That makes sense, but it still makes it quite challenging. Elsewise, you're just hitting random areas, trying to follow the lead of your teammates, which is not a bad idea. The AI knows where your teammates know where the enemies are, so follow their lead for the most part. Over here you can get grinders or boomers, and you have to deal with the screen shaking quite a bit. And there's also 2 emergence holes. I'll show you where they both are. But since the smoke is so dense, it's going to be, you can't see the reticle of the grenade when you're throwing it, so you might get your throw missed. So it's always disappointing, if you happen to whiff on a challenge where you're restricted from seeing too much. But it's actually a really cool spawning point of that hole. It's at the bottom of a swimming pool. And if you are low on grenades over here, there's a pair of grenades over here. This is a calm before the storm right over here. This is about the midway point of the battle. Behind this table, there's 2 grenades. And then down this slope, there's the E-hole that I mentioned. This is a swimming pool. So I kind of just wing it. And out from that hole will spawn Theron guards or drones. I'm not sure if it alternates, but I do know Theron guards have in the past come out of there. Though with that hole, I believe it spawns simultaneously with a hole in the distance. I'm throwing. You can see a little bit better out here, but do you see approximately where I threw that grenade? I do believe that those holes spawn simultaneously, and they're really wouldn't be a good way to seal them simultaneously. Just because they're spaced so far apart, it's difficult to see very much at times, and these enemies out here are going to give you a hard time if you're trying to if you're trying to plant grenades, just forget about it. But a few more Theron guards will eventually come out and signify the end of the fight. Just be careful. You've come quite a long way. And then getting the stars for this mission should just be natural. Keep spotting enemies. If I've said mark in the past, I did mean spot. But I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then here's an onyx cache down here. And then that will be the end of the 2nd chapter for Paddock's testimony. And then we will be moving into the third chapter. So this one's not too bad. It really isn't. And paddock stages are quite fun. They really are. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, please take care.